1 p.m. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Daman Zaman. The headlines. The Prime Minister has again urged the American President to facilitate a peaceful resolution of the Kashmir issue. At the United Nations, Pakistan has expressed deep concern over the Security Council's inaction to halt India's human rights violations in occupied Kashmir. The Minister for Power says 5 foreign countries will invest $4.7 billion in the power projects in Pakistan. The American President has said ceasefire is a necessary precondition for peace in Afghanistan. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Imran Khan has reaffirmed Pakistan's commitment to the advancement of Afghan peace and reconciliation process for a peaceful and stable Afghanistan. The commitment was made during a telephonic conversation between Prime Minister Imran Khan and the American President Donald Trump. Imran Khan conveyed that the release of Western hostages in Afghanistan is a positive development and Pakistan is happy that they are safe and free. President Trump thanked the Prime Minister for Pakistan's efforts in facilitating this positive outcome. The Prime Minister apprised President Donald Trump of the current situation in the Indian-occupied Jammu and Kashmir, underscoring that over 8 million people remain under siege for over 100 days now. He also stressed that President must continue his efforts for facilitation of a peaceful resolution of the Kashmir dispute. Prime Minister Imran Khan is visiting Miawali today to perform the groundbreaking of Mother and Child Hospital and Sargodha Miawali Road. He will also inaugurate Miawali University. At the United Nations, Pakistan has expressed deep concern over the absence of action by the Security Council to halt India's violations of human rights and its resolutions in the disputed state of Jammu and Kashmir. Participating in a debate on the role of reconciliation in maintaining international peace and security in the United Nations Security Council, Pakistan Ambassador Munir Akram underlined that the central purpose of the 15-member world body is to settle conflicts. He said, unfortunately, the United Nations Security Council has had an uneven success in resolving threats to and breaches of international peace and security. Munir Akram said India annexed Jammu and Kashmir on 5th of August in violation of the United Nations resolutions and placed the disputed state under a repressive lockdown. He said since then, internet and phone communications are cut off and thousands of Kashmiris have been arrested, especially young men. In occupied Kashmir, the Indian authorities have imposed strict restrictions to prevent the people from holding anti-India demonstrations after Friday prayers. The authorities have not allowed the people to hold Jummah prayers at any of the major mosques and shrines of the territory since 5th of August. The Minister for Power, Umar Ayub Khan, has said generation of electricity from solar and wind projects would get a boost with new alternative energy development policy. Talking to APP, he said the wind and solar projects will help reduce the rate of electricity to 6 rupees per unit and saving of precious foreign exchange reserves presently spent on fuel import. The minister said all the stakeholders, including the provinces, have agreed on the policy and its implementation would be undertaken by a steering committee at the federal level. The provinces would also provide land for solar and wind projects. He said Japan, the United States, China, and Denmark would invest $70 million in projects of 500 megawatt, while Saudi Arabia would also bring an investment of $4 billion for building a power plant in Balochistan. The American President Donald Trump says ceasefire is a necessary precondition for peace in Afghanistan. In a telephonic conversation with the Afghan President Ashraf Ghani, he said the success of peace process, the Afghan government's involvement is inevitable and it must begin from now on. And finally, cricket on the second day of the first cricket test match against Pakistan at Brisbane. Australia in the first innings were 312 runs for the loss of 1 wicket at stumps today. Pakistan in their first innings were all out for 240 runs. And that is the end of this news bulletin. For more news and analyses, log on to our website, radio.gov.pk. And you can also watch the live video streaming of our bulletins on the link, facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.